So, different shooting spot? Hey Randy, it's Maddie, and it is a Saturday, and I'm off work tomorrow, which is great. So, a couple weeks ago, I performed slam poetry at a coffee shop for their annual slam poetry night, and I haven't really done that before. So the last time I've done anything like this where I was solo speaking in front of a large group, I think I had a panic attack. That was like the start of my anxiety attacks. This was really nerve-wracking for me, but I managed to get through this. So the videos I'm going to show next are 3 clips that my friend recorded for me of me performing 2 of my original poems and another poem by one of my favorite poets. And I'll give a little introduction in between each video. So this first one I wrote not long ago. It's based solely off a song called Lhasa To Try. You'll notice it with the words in the poem. The song Lhasa To Try is by STALK. It's one of my absolute favorite songs in the world. The story behind the song and the story behind the poem have very different meanings, or somewhat different meanings. The words in the poem are a little more personal to me. It was really hard for me to perform this one because it was really personal, and I had shown new things that I had never shown before. You'll see in the video, and I might make a video about that later on. It is a touchy subject, but who knows. So, I usually cry when I perform this any way possible, so, yeah. Also, yeah, Allie Olsen, if you're watching this, I did make a shout out to you. I mentioned that to you earlier. Girl, I miss you. Allie, I miss you so much. Okay, this is the first poem, Lhasa To Try by me, Maddee Pickard.
This is the first time I've done any public speaking in a long time, so bear with me. Also, shout out to Allie Olsen. I'm sorry I lied to you about hating slam poetry. I lost the dark images in my brain of different ways to end a life. I lost the silent nights of fear, wondering who would be next if I left. I lost the sound consuming my mind, the sound of broken records, and static, and static, and static, and the possible screaming of whoever finds me. Too many late night tears of losing it. I lost the late night tears wondering why I was put on this hell-like earth, living a life of pointless routine that would soon be oh so obsolete. I lost the nights waiting by the phone to hear on the other end, "You did good." No one ever called. I lost the image in the mirror trying to feel something when there was nothing. I lost the process of I lost the demons clawing at me and attempted to escape. I lost the process of breaking everything I touched, every bone, every promise, every act of faith. I lost the waiting for a better day that would never come. I lost the days where I wouldn't touch my favorite food. I lost the moments where I wouldn't listen to my favorite song. I lost the sound of "I would never date you." The sound of "You're just like my ex-girlfriend." He hated his ex-girlfriend. I lost the lack of motivation to wake up. I lost the lack of motivation to get out of bed. I lost the lack of motivation to stand on my own 2 feet. I lost the box cutters that sat on my bedside table, never touched until I knew it was time. I lost the internal screaming, pleading for help. I lost the voices in my head giving me good ideas. I lost the theory that I was going to be okay. I lost the society who said other people have it worse. And stop overreacting, you're just tired. And you don't look suicidal. I lost the people telling me they loved me while soon taking something from me. I lost the endless nights wondering when I'd leave, planning every detail, down to how many notes I would write, how many times I would say I love you. And I'm sorry. And I wasn't supposed to be here, I don't belong here, I don't have a place, I don't have a purpose, please don't hate me for this. I lost to trying to be happy when it only made things worse. I lost to remembering that everything started with a happy 9-year-old who slowly lost her best friend to cancer, slowly evolving into a painful divorce that left her crying every day at lunch. Reminding her that there was such a hatred in the world. I lost it to trying to remember anything good in my life. Then I remembered you. I didn't lose the mark you left on me. I didn't lose the memories that I shared with you. I didn't lose it to what I wanted you to be to me. I didn't lose it to remembering your smile. And you're the only reason I haven't lost it all.
Woo! So this next one, I actually have this is a little more optimistic poem. I wrote this one at about 2 a.m. in the morning. I had come up with the first line, and I kept it in a little moleskin I'm reading off of. And I wrote this. It took me like 20 minutes to write because I just had this sudden idea come to mind at like 2 a.m. It was great. And so I just kept on going and going and going. And there's more to it, except it was in a different page. So there was a lot of flipping around, and I decided not to put that in. But I think one day I will re-record re-record that poem where I do the full thing. I'll re-edit it, everything. And yeah.
Dear future lover, I'm in love with the way you rip my heart out, and I mean that in a good way. I love the way you rip my heart out and keep it safe in your hands like a full cup of peppermint tea you're carrying across the room. I'm in love with the way you make the butterflies in my stomach migrate from my heart to my eyes to the tip of my toes, because your love lifts me off the ground, and I feel like flying when I'm with you. I'm in love with the way you squint your eyes when I tell a bad joke. Or you're laughing at the way I sing when I know every word to Never Gonna Give You Up, which I hate but love nonetheless. I love the way you look at me, your eyes soft and happy and loving and caring, and oh my gosh, so beautiful. I so deep I could drown in them and not care because it's so worth it. Drowning in your eyes is so damn worth it. I love the way you grip my hands as they fold into yours, like the last piece of a 1,000-piece puzzle that has taken way too long to finish. Holding your hand is the breath of satisfaction. That last piece is set in, the puzzle is complete. I love the way you take all the blankets when we sleep. I like the cold anyways, and you look like a really cute burrito. I love the way you grab my butt at random times. Enough said. I love when I catch you singing and you think no one can hear you. I'm a huge fan. I'm in love with your arms as the way they engulf my soul and body when you know I was thinking too much. When you heard me crying a little too much for no reason. When you know I'm not okay again. I'm in love with the way your hands push my hair, the tears, the thoughts. You're like the ultimate distraction. I'm in love with your thoughts, your dreams, your desires. Your desire to be with me, to be mine. I didn't think anyone would ever have that desire. And here you are, ripping my heart out, making me fly, laughing at me with a smile, drowning me, finishing puzzles with me, stealing the blanket, sealing our lips together, grabbing my butt, singing your heart out, holding me, thinking about me, dreaming, loving me, and baby, I'm gonna love you right back.
Now this next poem is, as I mentioned, by Megan Falley, or Megan Falley, I cannot remember. This is one of the first poems I ever listened to of hers. This is one of the first poems that I ever listened to in general, how I got into slam poetry. It was this one and OCD by Neil Hilborn, two of my absolute favorites when I started listening to slam. I really resonate with this poem, being an overweight woman and having these very similar issues and with who I am and such, and so this one was one of my favorites. Megan, if you by chance are watching this, I love you, you're one of my favorites. I've recited this poem to myself so many times, and yeah.
Anyway, everyone has that one poem that they kind of like feel with very much, and this is that poem. This is by, oh, thank you, kind soul. Okay. Thanks. This is by Megan Falley. It's called Fat Girl. Fat girl, fat jokes. Fat girl, skinny friend. Fat girl, stand next to fatter people to look thin. Fat girl, fat camp, 5 years. Fat girl lost 2 pounds and you didn't notice. Fat girl loves your garlic bread. Fat girl vegan. Fat girl, the red velvet cupcakes taste so delicious. They do. Fat girl, pretty face. Fat girl, Dean's List. Fat girl, want fries with that. Fat girl, don't touch her stomach. Fat girl, turn the lights off. Fat girl, keep her t-shirt on. Fat girl, not pregnant. Fat girl, food baby. Fat girl named her dog Taco. Fat girl, bad bulimic. Fat girl, binge and no purge. Fat girl, can't even throw up right. Fat girl unbuttoned her pants at dinner. Fat girl heard that nothing tastes as good as being thin feels. Fat girl, certain spicy crunchy tuna rolls taste better than being thin feels. Fat girl threw out her scale. Fat girl, you are what you eat. Fat girl, double stuffed Oreos. Fat girl got her father's jeans. Fat girl's brother didn't. Fat Batgirl's friends come over and stare at her brother's chiseled abdominals and ignore Batgirl don't hate her body. Batgirl hate the world. Batgirl fat mouth. Batgirl fatter fist. Batgirl screw you. Batgirl heart so fat it needs its own zip code. Batgirl heart so fat it uses the equator as its belt. Batgirl seafood. Batgirl seafood diet. Batgirl seafood. Batgirl eat it. Batgirl's heard all the jokes. Batgirl finish the punchline before you do. Batgirl cry in private. Batgirl thick skin. Batgirl dance anyway. Batgirl shirt off. Batgirl lights on. Batgirl lights on.
So that's it, Randy. I know I messaged you this afterwards, but after that poetry slam night, I was asked to perform my slam poetry at a launch event here in Sioux Falls. I'm very excited. I'll be writing a new piece for that, actually, and I do have an idea. It's kind of going into the depths of my mind. It's both very depressing and very humorous and charismatic. I'm very excited to start working on that. I have a rough draft of what I'm doing, pretty much. But, yeah. I know I haven't been posting videos a lot. I've been kind of busy with my new house. My room is still a mess, but once it's all cleaned up, I'll be doing more videos. I actually have editing software now. Like, this is insane. This is big. I'm on a free trial right now of Adobe Cloud, but I have enough emails to hold me up for a couple months, so we'll see how this goes. But yeah, that's it. And Tarot Nerds, out. On a side note, if I have any family watching this, there's a reason I asked you not to come to my performance. One of the things I fear, if you don't know this, I fear direct reaction. If I know I'm going to share something really in depth with you, I'm scared to watch you and how you react. The first poem was that poem that I didn't want to see my family react to, because a lot of my family don't know what I go through. There's a difference between what I tell my friends and what I tell my family. Honestly, I tell more to my friends than my family, because I know that they're not going to yell at me for something. And to my family who's watching, yeah, you do yell at me quite a bit, and I probably deserve it. But if you want to talk to me about it, talk to me. And I'll tell you how it's going to go down.